I got the system all set up. We ended up having a problem with 2 RAM modules though when I powered it on. I ended up having to order 2 more sticks of 4 gigs of DDR2. Now we got Windows installed on it just fine. And we're going to run some benchmarks after we take a tour of the case. Alright, so we got the front. You can see the cute little blue LED in there. You probably couldn't see that before with all the crappy dust and stuff in there. Here we got the DVD-ROM drive that's working fine. Over here, you can see that everything's working, running. Well, I guess you can't see that fan, but I can tell you that it's running. The 2 new sticks of DDR2, power supply's running just fine. This fan's definitely running a bit weak. I had a problem with it. We're probably going to replace all the fans in this. Here on the back of the case, we have another cute blue LED. I haven't plugged in audio yet, but it's working. I've tested it. And there's no HDMI on the motherboard or the graphics card, so I had to use a DVI converter to get the video working. Now let's move on to some quick benchmarks that I ran. First off, the Cinebench score. I was surprised to see this processor pretty close to a Haswell i3, which is pretty good. The 3 mark scores come in at about where you'd expect this processor and video card to do, especially since neither are overclocked. And the Unigine Heaven score is a choppy 20.3 average frames per second. Granted, this was at high setting. A quick note on temperatures. The stock cooler kept up with the CPU, keeping it at a cool 59 degrees Celsius. And I forgot how hot this graphics card gets, because it actually was just idling at 50 to 60 degrees. And it's also worth noting that when both these fans spun up, they sounded like frickin' jet engines. Moving on to a couple game benchmarks. I was surprised to see this combo produce playable frame rates in my settings on BioShock and Tomb Raider. Metro might be playable too, but the minimum is really going to drag it down and make it choppy. I'm sure if I lowered some of the settings in these games, they would actually be quite playable at 1080p. It's not going to hit the magical 60 frames per second mark, but overall it's pretty good for what 2009 had to offer. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoy doing it, because there's going to be a lot more content coming your way, so like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on my next PC build.